Welcome back, everyone. We're playing here in a 30-player free-for-all on the Iceland map, and I'm down here in the southwest, taking a break from the island starts. I guess we are on an island, but taking a break from the island starts here for a little bit, just because they're raising my blood pressure too high. I get so angry because the problem is when you spawn on a small island, you're generally quite helpless to the whims of the people around you, especially early on. There's very little you can do to stop people if they decide that they want to take your land. All right, let's continue to grab wilderness here. I am going to go after the Hawaiian realm annexation. Actually, something might be better. The Passion Sultan only requires 3 bot kills, so that's what we're going to work on. Waiting for the troops to build. We're going to get a few annexations, get some NPC kills, and then we will win the game. All right, the Cray, 387 persons offering alliance. I stole his bot kill. I don't think I need this alliance. I'm also going to steal his other bot kill. Is he going to let me do that? You know what? Maybe I will take the alliance just because I've angered him so much. Or at least this would anger a normal person of normal intelligence. Okay, and I've been taking every single one of his bot kills. I'm going to grab myself a city. Still haven't got my annexation done because I'm too busy griefing this guy. He builds a defense post, but he already has the alliance, so I don't know what that's all about. Yeah. I would assume he's kind of a newer player and he's not yet accustomed to getting enraged at people for them stealing his bots. He has, I think, taken maybe no bots except for the ones to the west, if there were any. All right, let's go after the Tibetan Canton annexation. This is kind of ambitious, but possible still because of the lack of neighbors. I'm going to build myself a second city. I'm getting too lazy here. I've been playing too much as the island man and realizing that I can now actually build structures, I haven't been able to in the past. Let's go after Mapuche Horde and then the Thracian Republic. Like, it's very obvious that the devs want the game to be played a certain way, and that way is spawning on the largest piece of land and, you know, getting a ton of the cities and winning. Let's go after these bots down here. Western region's voting into me. Doesn't really matter. Let's get our annexation. And we now have the crown here. I'm getting hit by enthused genes. I don't know who that is. The guy in the north, I'm assuming that's accidental. Yes, yes, never attribute to malice what you can attribute to, like, stupidity, or I believe that's what the quote is or something. Let me put a port down here. Yes, I'm very mean today. I've been very salty. Let's grab some more defense posts. All right, well, I think it's almost time to go after NPCs. I'm gonna offer an alliance to the enthused genes guy up north. We'll go after Southern Peninsula. A non-185 would be a good alliance simply for troops' sake, because he has a lot of troops. However, the lack of structures kind of indicates his playing level, which is very low. Let's go after... I think it's just time to attack the Southern Peninsula. At a certain point, like, it doesn't matter how many bots are available. At a certain point, you have to just start going after NPCs, because, I mean, once you have 3 cities, each additional city is going to cost 1 million, and you have to take out a lot of bots to pay that off. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit Anon 596. This NPC up here is pretty strong. I'm going to boat into West Fjords. I'm going to hit the capital region. I'm going to put it on a defense post near Anon 185. And I'm going to deploy some warships out here, which I'm now realizing is an excellent use of my money. I'm going to up with Free Fox 21. He's got a lot of troops here, so hopefully he doesn't decide to punch me. And he takes the alliance. That's good. Anon 185 has 0 alliances. Nice. Okay, we're getting up to West Fjords. Of course, Israel took his land. Let's line up with Edwards, and then we push Israel. Let's line up with 185 as well. I want to push Israel right now. Okay, what is this down here? This is Southern Peninsula. Let's take it out. And 185 doesn't want alliances, so the window of opportunity has essentially closed. I am going to deploy... Another warship might be overkill. Let's line up with Israel, and we'll go after Edwards. We can do it the other way around. Okay, so because Anon 185 decided to full send his neighbor because he's a psychopath, I can't imagine any rational reason for why he would do that. Probably just a new player. Probably just got out of playing territorial.io and he's like, full sending works. Okay. So let's take the alliance here, I think. I love how, like, the dev that runs territorial.io, the response to full sending being bad was to make a non-full send game mode instead of making full sending ineffectual. Because that's what the devs of OpenFront have done. They've just made full sending completely unviable as a, you know, a winning tactic or abuse tactic. It just doesn't work. The alliance is super grisly. Wagner, we have to be friends with him, I suppose. We'll go after Iraq, I think. Yeah, we're gonna just plow him. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go after Edwards again. Please, can I get in here, please? I yearn for Edwards' land. And I simply will never get in here because of that warship. This is probably one of the most poorly placed warships on the map. But it works because it's defending against me. I love how he's deleting the city I'm taking. This is OpenFront culture at work for you right there. That really gives you a taste of like what kind of people these are. Spiteful, evil people. Okay. Cray's gonna... I don't know who that is. The guy that I killed or the guy that died. You're building a silo right now? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Well, the good news is we can get in here eventually. The bad news is I have to like build warships. I hate him so much, dude. Early warship making atom bombing freaking I want to swear at this guy so hard. I've been bad today. I've been swearing too much in my videos. You guys hate it. I gotta stop doing it. Okay, we're taking all of his land. We're gonna give him a middle finger. That's our consolation. We gotta give him a middle finger. There needs to be an emoji that is more abusive than a middle finger or a clown emoji. I don't feel like there's emojis that are abusive enough. Alex also has an early silo, which who allowed him to get that? All right, I don't have his. Okay, so this guy's full send attacking Iraq, and he's getting betrayed and attacked by Eastern region. Fun fact: the NPCs love. Okay, so we're in trouble here. The NPCs love to attack you when you have no troops. It's like a knee-jerk reaction for them. So we were very lucky that instead of doing something intelligent like throwing a hydrogen bomb at me, he decided to spend approximately... How many hydrogen bombs can 5 million get you? It's like 20. Yeah, he bought exactly 20 of those. Okay, well, that's funny. Alex is also bombing someone. I think he's bombing his neighbor, Iraq. Hilarious stuff, bro. Can someone just kill him? Okay, Wagner's gonna kill him. Very lucky that my victim is so tame. Grab some defense posts. Is it even worth continuing to push him? He made this a lot easier for me than he should have. Let's go and do this. I'll offer the alliance here. Yep, he wants the alliance. Cool. All right, we're buddies now. I feel as if I should not be letting this guy take so much of my trade. But if I bomb him, I'm at... you know, I'm gonna offer the alliance right here. That's probably the middle ground. That is the middle way here. All right, let's do a city up here. I really should just kill you. Okay, he takes the alliance. Shocking moment. Shocking, surprising OpenFront moment. I only have 16 cities, which surprisingly is the most number of cities on the board right now. We're going to connect up the rail networks, and then we're going to make a lot of money. That's the plan. And then we're going to kill our neighbors. Is this guy allied up with the 9912 somehow? Are they beefing? Oh, yeah, we're totally killing you. Ignore. Get rid of the trade messages. He's throwing a hydrogen bomb at a random dude. It's a random person. They have had no contact the entire game. He just chose a person to blast. It makes no sense at all. Oh my god, man. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take out Free Fox. He's probably gonna get some atom bomb value off, but it's not gonna be a whole lot. Like, I don't really get OpenFront players nowadays. It feels like every couple months there's like some insanely absurd psychological shift that is that I cannot comprehend. Okay, let's go and do some more cities. This could be a good place to connect up to down south. I gotta watch out for hydrogen bombs. A non-805 has a hydrogen bomb, but no silo. All right, let's renew with the non-912. Okay, I love how you are being so annoying about this. You're the one person I need to renew the alliance with. Are we for real right now? You're doing this? Does he think he can hydro me? Israel requests the alliance. I think this bozo thinks he... Okay, we're gonna do this. You psychopath. Okay, let's renew with Wagner. Okay, this has to be like a premature AFK. No, he throws a hydrogen bomb and it whiffs to his own Sam. Idiot. Okay. Once again, another shocking thing I've seen today. That was terrible. Why would you ever plan to do something like that? There was no chance that would have worked out, even if he had landed the hydrogen bomb. And his port doesn't build fast enough because of V31 slow build mechanics. This is, okay, the other guy that I forgot to take out. Interesting. Didn't realize he had a remnant stuck around here. And my superior attack speed, because I have the crown, and not necessarily more troops, will allow me to get the kill here. Nice. Alright, well, I've got 35 cities. I'm thinking we can... Okay, this is an NPC. Let's take out the city. Sometimes they hide in those little individual pixels. I can't go after Israel. I'm not... Did he have this northern silo when I was planning to attack him? I don't know if he did. He might have. I'm gonna grab a city. We'll do a factory down here. Gotta be careful about the Merv situation. Don't want the Merv situation getting too crazy. Let's give him factory. Let's go ahead and do a city down here, and then we'll do a factory down here, and then a city. I should connect up most of these things. Go and do a city down here, and then a city down here. Okay. The good news is he's giving boat. Let's give him anchor. He's got a bunch of ports down here, defended with nothing. He doesn't even have a silo, man. This guy's just playing it for the love of the game. He's just he's actually placing down ports for the love of the game. No other reason. Okay, this is all connected now. Let's go ahead and do a factory down here. Israel doesn't build any factories. I don't think he's built any factories this game. He's just taken the ones in the north. And he has, of course, way too much money at 13 million. I've got 5 silos. So I think we kill Super Grizzly. Our problem is that non-80... Okay, these guys are saving no money at all. Israel's the only one saving. Here's the plan. More cities along the rail networks. Let's grab another city down here. Another one of these. Let's connect up. Not quite. Let's go ahead and help it out there. So... I think we might want to go after non-805. So here's the plan. We're gonna do some silos down here. If a revolution occurs because I attacked a non-805, bad things will happen. I will lose the game. You know what? I've decided I want to... Okay, let's renew here. He gives nuclear. Yeah, he's definitely getting a hydrogen bomb in time. And I waited a little bit too long there. Yeah, he knows I want to kill him. Not healthy. He sees through our guys. More defense posts. I'm going to build a SAM near this thing. His silo. So if he tries to dump a... I have to like surround this with SAMs. Why does he have... Okay, we're going to do something like this. Yes, but we're just going to camp it. It's very important we don't get hit with a hydrogen bomb. Very important. Okay, Israel, once again, saving too much money. Good lord. I am actually going to eat a Merv this game. I might not win this. So what needs to happen is we need to kill Super Grizzly. And it needs to be easy. And he needs to not hit me with a hydrogen bomb. But I don't think he seems to recognize what's going on right now. Let's go and do a factory up here. Right here. Let's give him factory. So he's got, he's got the spirit here, but it's not quite what we want. We're making maximum amounts of money. Not quite what we want. Let's go and do some more defense posts here. Nice. More defense posts in the north. I'm going to put another SAM out here. This area is very undefended. Man, he freaks me out. It terrifies me. Let me do another silo out here in case we need to penetrate this. There's a chance he doesn't have a Merv in 40 seconds. That's not possible, no. He will certainly get 1 million in 30 seconds. We don't want to risk that. Yeah, he's definitely going to have it. All right. Well, if he decides to throw a Merv on me, the only way I lose is if other people betray and attack me as well. With Israel. Oh my god. I want to attack him. No, don't do it. No, no, you can't do this to me. I have to wait for him. There's Grizzly. This guy has to be AFK. Okay. Okay, he decided to double Merv me. Of course that was the plan. Or not double Merv me, but like just Merv me. I love how like that was such an intelligent move for you. I love that you thought that was a good idea. And now he's totally dead. Alright, now we just let the troops build. Let me take him out. Wagner, you psycho! You psycho, dude. Oh, everyone roaches out on me. Psychopaths, all of them. Okay, I just lose the game now. Well, that's exactly how I predicted that would go. Is anyone gonna hit this guy in the face? He's gonna kill everyone? You idiot. You imbecile. Okay. Like, I did nothing wrong there. I just had to deal with the most, like, idiotic players ever. So bad at the game. Okay, now we hit the Israel player. Just dog shit at the game. I have no other way to describe them. So bad. Okay, let's continue to hit him. I'm gonna get all of his land here. Like, the Israel player, what was he thinking? It wasn't even time for him to push yet. He just saved for a Merv, and it cost him the game. And also the guy down here died. I didn't have enough silos placed for... I didn't think Wagner was dumb enough to do that, but it seemed to have worked out for him. Alright, the good news is we're not totally lost here. So, okay. Now I'm going to get hydrogen bombed by this fiend again. He managed to build a silo in time. Go do 2 warships out here. Luckily, he's just letting me bomb him. We got lucky. No, never mind. He manages to dump a hydrogen bomb on me. No, like, no, he did not even attempt to de-escalate this at all. There was no attempt. Not allied with Wagner anymore. Wagner's letting him survive for some reason. Okay, now he's killing him. Alright, well, here's what's going to happen. A non-805 is going to get a Merv, and then he's going to dump it on one of us, and he's going to win the game. He can actually win right now because Wagner is, like, so bad at the game, he doesn't know how to save his troops at all. He got very lucky that his neighbor... Okay, I love how he took the nuke land out here, thinking that he would survive. Alright, well, he wants to renew with me for some reason. Wagner is an imbecile. Do you understand that he's not scared? If he's got a million troops, you're very lucky that he's a little bit timid here. Once he gets to a Merv, it's over, though. Oh my god. Do some more defense posts. Do you see this? Do you see this problem? The issue with these 3-player endgames is that, like, this kind of endgame is not going to end peacefully. I don't think there's really any way I can squeeze my way out here. Wagner is dumb. He has no troops. Okay, luckily a non-805 is insane and decided to spend 10 million on some random BS. The win is so easy for him. All he has to do is Merv me and full send Wagner right now. Or like 1 hydrogen bomb full send. Any number of those combinations would work. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, man. I'm gonna go after this... I want to, like, delete this port so I can put down a SAM and a port or something. I don't know. I'll put down a port out here. Is there really any point in building up the rail networks? I don't know. He's building defense posts. He's just, like, this is just beyond winning for him. It's so easy for him to win this. Okay, do one of these. Yeah, we just have to have this ready. Why is he not winning the game right now? Merv full send. Merv full send. Merv Wagner full send me. That might not work, actually. I'm a little bit too beefy now. Alright, well, unfortunately, we have to just always be ready. Because there's no other way. Wagner shouldn't kill me. He needs me in a fight against a non-805. What he needs to do is he needs to keep his troops up and then get a Merv and then throw it at a non-805 instead. Go chat, attack, launch a Merv at Wagner, because this is now a dumb move. This would now be a bad, dumb move for him to do. Holding on to 2 hydrogen bombs. Okay. He missed his opportunity. I think he had more than one opportunity to make that work. Alright, well, I'm going to grab more cities right now. Put them down here. I'll put a factory down here. He built a lot of defense posts. Man, I wish there was a third party that could just atom bomb this. The Cray player is apparently still alive. I forgot to take him out. Little Pixel. No one else on the board. I'm so annoyed about that, guys. I mean, like, I've just been, like, losing island games all day, and I thought this was going to be my lovely Iceland game that I do well in, and I was doing fantastic all the way up until the rogue Merv out of nowhere. This is defense maxing if I've ever seen it. With Wagner. Oh, it would be so funny if you let this go. Okay, good, he renews. So terrible. I'm gonna grab another what? I'll grab some more defense posts down here. At least I've got this little corner up here. It's separated from non-805. Don't have any area to myself though, except for the island. So here's what's gonna happen. If we let this go for another 5 minutes, he's gonna get 2 Mervs, and then we absolutely lose the game. We just totally lose. The good news is he doesn't have a single SAM, not one. Building some up north. Go chat, attack, launch a Merv at a non-805. So if he saves up for a Merv here, that could be good because he could throw a counter Merv. And then I would have a ton of troops. I'm buying more defense posts because these guys freak me out. Also grabbing more SAMs and factories. I'm assuming they're just going to let this go into a trade maxing endgame because neither of them knows how to win. So we are, you know, almost 30 million away from, or like we're a little bit less than 30 million away from him getting 2 Mervs, a non-805, and about 13 million away from Wagner getting Merv number 1, except that he is doing ridiculous things like upgrading SAMs and just burying his head in the sand. Okay, the non-805 is continuing to spend. He built an 8 stack near his 24 ports, which is, you know, I guess that's reasonable, but like think about it this way. There is no end game where having those ports matters after a firefight, unless somehow the board just gets shuffled again and nothing actually happens. Like if you know, one person attacks him, the third party will do something. They're not going to just sit there. They will make a move, and they're either going to move against your enemy or they're going to move against you. And you know, and once you're in a 1v1, your ports literally don't matter. Your enemy should never be trading with you. Unless they have a disadvantage and you're dumb. In which case, they should still trade with you and make money. Let's go ahead and grab more ports or something. I guess I save for the Merv now at some point. This is unbelievable. The good news is we still have a central trade network here. There's a lot of trust going on in this 3-player endgame. Especially after such earlier conflicts. I have confidence I can make this work. Except that my bedtime is supposed to be in 15 minutes. I was not expecting this to be a 50-minute game, but that is what it's shaping out to be. Yeah, I mean, the problem is like I mean, if I were Wagner, if I were Wagner in this position, I would just push for a win. I would get a Merv and dump it on a non-805 because he has no money anymore, and then I would full send me, and I'd win the game. But when you have the short end of the stick here in these 3-player end games, there's really no opportunity for you to push. Like I will never ever have an advantage. I have to wait for them to lose the game. All right, I'm gonna continue grabbing some cities out here. I'll make another like factory line or something. Chat, attack, launch a Merv. A non-805. A non-805 for yeah, he's completely given up his advantage. He's not even building any cities. He built 30 SAMs. He went from 0 SAMs to 30. He spent 90 million on SAMs. Now, do you know what you could buy with 90 million? You could buy 2 Mervs and you could win the game. But that's not going to happen anymore. It's done. It's gone. Opportunity over. All right, let's go and grab some more cities. And I'm going to probably place down some SAMs eventually because I need to not get... At this point, no one's even planning to push. They're all spending their money like crazy, which is ticking me off. Yeah, players who like needlessly take games into like hour-long end games, it really does bother me. Because these players have demonstrated that they don't know how to win, and there's nothing I can do about that. Let's grab some more SAMs. This is the saltiest game I've ever played. More cities down here. Like it's not like a game like chess, because like in chess I would never get mad at my opponent because they're just like, you know, if I lose the game, that's my fault. They're just playing like slightly more optimal than I am. In OpenFront, it's different because players can ruin your game by playing horrifically bad, both for themselves and for you. Like there are plenty of moments where like I just lose my mind because these players are taking actions that don't even improve their own position. They just like degrade both of ours, which is what happened with the Israel player, which is what happened with the guy that betrayed down here. The only reason that Wagner survived was because there were 2 people with a betrayal and not just not just him. If it was just him, a non-805 would have gone after him, especially after my hydrogen bombs hit. I should have hit him with more hydrogen bombs. Okay, I'm gonna grab more defense posts. I'm not really sure if that's gonna do anything really, but psychologically it helps. I'm gonna grab, maybe I can grab some SAMs out here or something. I'm just gonna save my money here, I don't know. Maybe I just start stacking my cities and saving my money. I don't know what the plan is. I'm gonna delete this port. I'm gonna see if we can get, yeah, let's do delete this unit. I will build a SAM and a city stack, and this will be our city stack down here, especially once we've completed the rail networks down here. We are good to just stack on the island. There's no other reason for us to waste our time. Okay, yeah, there's no other safe zone. We don't have this island. He's got a couple ports down here. This island is definitely not big enough for 2 structures. Okay, now let's go ahead and try this. Let's wait for this to delete. That's taking an awful long time to delete it. Okay, there we go. Nice. Yeah, only 2 structures. So now we'll do a couple warships down here, and of course, if the warships get destroyed, they can just boat into this immediately. This is mostly just an anti-full send measure. It's not really something that would help us too much in an endgame, because they could boat into it with a little bit of effort. All right, well, Wagner's got 108 cities. So if he gets a Merv, he wins this. Like, I don't think anyone realizes that, but like, if he Mervs a non-805 right now and full sends me, it's over. I want to do it. Chat, attack, launch a Merv at a non-805. Please do that. Please do something like that. Does he know that the price of the Merv goes up after you launch it? He can't do anything to you if you launch it at him and then full send me. He'll have 0 troops. The main problem here is that he would, obviously, this guy does not have a whole lot of SAM coverage, so if we were able to hit him with a couple hydrogen bombs, that could be pretty different. Things could be pretty bad. And okay, whatever. He still hasn't let the opportunity pass. He can do it right now. Non-805 is not doing anything. Chat warnings. The #1 player, player 1 can launch a Merv soon. Yeah, these chat text menus are terrible. They need to add a quick chat to like the alt click menu, because you know, taking 4 or 5 clicks to find a chat message will get you killed in an endgame. I have a sneeze coming. Nice. Very satisfying sneeze. Almost makes up for the fact that I'm losing this game badly. More cities down here. We're good. Dude. My biggest gripe is that I'm just not in a position to win the game. I just can't do anything. It's so over. Grab some more cities. I have to wait for one of them to push, and these players are extremely timid. If they didn't push already, they're never going to push. At least not until time becomes a major problem, which is not going to happen until the 1 hour mark. Alright, I'm grabbing more ports down here. I wish I could, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chip this, and I'm going to get up here, and this is where I'm going to put my silo, and then I'm going to double Merv them, and I'm going to try and win the game. That is the plan. Okay, now let me get up here. Skadoosh, boom. Who could have known? Nobody's gonna know. Who's gonna know? Putting down a silo up here as well. This could be nice. Alright, he retook it. I don't know if these players are, like, you know, experienced enough to bomb transport ships. I am the least SAM'd up of any of these people. 53 SAMs, man. Like, that's 150 million, bro. That could have got you like 3 Mervs. I'll grab a few more SAMs because, you know, I'm like swimming in dough right now, and these players have, they're not trying to end the game at all. Not even on their minds. They're like, ending the game? I thought we just traded forever. Isn't that how this game is played? Okay, he renews, of course, because not renewing with me would be suicide. If you're going to push in an endgame, it has to be a surprise Merv attack. It cannot be letting an alliance expire, unless for some reason they don't have a Merv. And for some reason you think that the third party isn't going to attack you when you sink all your troops into the enemy. Alright. 145 cities, bad. It's a lot of cities. Let me do some of this. Got 2 silos down here, and that's a lot of silos. Alright, they are letting me get up here. They don't care. They're just letting me get in. Alright, well, this could be an excellent place to dump 2 Mervs. If I have a good enough SAM protection, I actually would totally be down to throw the 2 Mervs. The problem is, 56 SAMs, it's a lot of SAMs. It makes for a very difficult time when you're trying to Merv someone and reduce their troops. Man, I wish there was like a consistent way to know like how many structures you're going, or how many troops you're going to reduce a player by when you hit them with a Merv. Because as soon as someone starts covering your territory like this in Sam's, like it's just like, who knows, bro? I have no idea how many troops he's gonna have after this. All right, so here's the plan. We're gonna save for 95 million, and then we wait for an opportunity to push. So Wagner potentially saving for 95 million right now himself, because neither of us have 70 million, which would be required to throw a counter Merv. At that moment, I need 23 million to get to the counter Merv. He needs 25 million to get to the 2 Mervs, and he's ignoring that. He is just there. Winning is not on his mind at all. These guys are like smooth brain, normal Bob, stone face moe emoji, fluoride stare, sheep people. They have no plan to end the game. It's terrible. Both of them have had opportunities now to just win, and it just flies right over their head. Just woof. R/whoosh for those of you aware. Okay, well I can put one down here. I gotta stop spending my money. I'm legit gonna spend no money right now. They both have more ports than me, which is probably not good. You know what? Fine. We'll invest in some ports. I'm realizing now that my money-making abilities are kind of hamstrung by saving so much. And again, Wagner could win the game right now if he just saved a 95 million. I'm gonna try and have him push. So I'm gonna build silos everywhere in case I need to just spam hydrogen bombs, because you never know when you might need that. This would be super awesome, of course. That's the first thing that will go if I get full sent. All right. I'm sure he's not even doing math right now. Yeah, he's just buying ports like I've been doing. I now have 34 ports. I'm just a fraction of the power of these guys. Eventually we'll all converge on the same net worth, because that's just how diminishing returns work. But in the meantime, we are quite weak. Oh man. I've never seen an endgame so lopsided at the start, where the players could have pushed and they just don't, and then the game just goes on and on and on. Yeah, because like as soon as you see as soon as you see that the players are not going to push, even when they have an advantage, that's when you know. That's when you know the only time they're going to push is if they have to leave the game, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a couple players that only know how to build structures and don't know how to throw Mervs. The only person in the game that knew how to throw a Merv was a psychopath that wanted to ruin my game. Like, where was he, like, in this endgame? Like, he would have been an amazing player to have in this endgame, just to, you know, chuck a Merv at some random bozo. It would have been me again, but, it would have shaken up the endgame. Okay, so Wagner now has a lot of money. He has 2 Mervs. So what's he gonna do? He's building a stack of SAMs. He's unaware that he owns 2 Mervs. Chat, attack, launch a Merv at a non-805. And a non-805 is spending every dime he owns. I want to know how Wagner has managed to stumble into the greatest economic powerhouse of our generation. Like, why does he have so many? I guess it's just the factories, man. He built this incredibly well-knit factory network, but has neglected to hook it up to me. I guess I have these pixels down here. I could do something about this if I wanted to. Fine, I will. Okay, at this point, I think it's obvious that we are just insufficient in terms of like ports. Let's grab some ports right now. Okay. Surely Wagner will spend under 70 million at some point. I gotta buy 7. Let's just say for 70 million, just so I can Merv this guy if he decides to push. I'll make some effort to counter him. Bro, he's just saving. A non-805, burying his head in the sand, buying more defense posts. I guess clearly the ports are what are making them money or something. Maybe I just need to spam the cities or something. Seems to be the meta. Alright, spamming cities. Spamming the cities, folks. This is what it's come to. Alright, there we go. Urban sprawl. And I spent way too much money, so once again, Wagner could win the game if he... Actually, I don't know anymore. At this point, there's so many SAMs. A non-805 now has 63 SAMs. He's got like 4 more on the way here. He's going to have a total of 67 SAMs. for those of you that enjoy that number. And, yeah, we're just screwed. A Merv will do unknown damage to a non-805, plus the defense post and the rocky terrain. Like, woof, man. Kill me already. Let's renew with him. Okay, this time for reals, we're saving for 95 million, and this time for reals, I will make a push if Wagner spends under 70 million, which would be the third Merv. We're going to wait here. We're going to be very patient. And he loves to just not upgrade his SAMs to a 5 stack, which, you know, if you're going to upgrade your SAMs at all, you want to get them to a 5 stack before you start stacking them elsewhere, I think. I got my 5 stack down here. We're getting ever closer to that 95 million threshold. Wagner's got his 1.8 million payday down here with the Cray guy from the start of the game that he refuses to take, and he'd only get half the money anyways because of V31 dev anomaly BS. You only get half of the elimination gold now. Okay, well, I am going to, I don't know, we'll do some of this. I just remember back in the old days, you know, when the trade was uncapped in V23, you would have players that would go AFK with hundreds of millions of gold, and as soon as, like, people found out about it, there would be this crazy, insane race to find the person. You'd be, like, playing the Easter egg hunt, because this was back in the day where you had to get every single pixel of a person to get the elimination on them. There was no, like, auto eliminate, you know, when they dropped under a certain threshold of land like there is now. Like, you can lose your gold, all of your gold, without actually getting eliminated in the game nowadays. That used to not be the case. You used to have to be able to get every single pixel of the person. And then you'd find yourself in a 15-minute endgame and you'd have nothing to do, and you'd look on the leaderboard and you'd be like, oh, there's actually a guy in here with like 300 million gold. And then you would grab it, and then you just win the game, because then you just dump 5 Mervs on everyone. It was awesome. Nowadays, no one has that amount of money, because you can't make that amount of money without literally having hundreds of ports and sitting for 30 minutes. And also, Mervs are extremely expensive, so even if you had hundreds of millions of gold, there's not a whole lot you can do with it, especially if the Mervs have reached the price of hundreds of millions. So now I do have 2 Mervs. The problem is that Wagner is, for some reason, saving like a madman. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna grab a ton of cities now. I'll grab my ports. We'll grab some factories out here. Grab some cities. We're just gonna develop like an insane person. And then as soon as we see that he's going crazy, we will do something. So what would 3 Mervs be? 95 million plus 70 million is 165 million. Yeah, no problem at all. All right. I need to get my troops up a little bit more. If I can get around 200 cities, I will feel a little bit more comfortable about pushing them. Of course, that's probably not going to happen until like the actual 1 hour mark. So I'm not really saving any more time now. Dude, holy defense maxing. Like, look at those defense posts. Like, scroll out here. Wagner's got like 5 defense posts. I've got a normal amount. And on 805 has gone crazy on the defense posts. Oh man, why is Wagner choosing this one time of the game to save all of his gold? Like, why could you not have just decided to spend your gold like in every other phase of the game? I really hope he triple Mervs. Yeah, if he triple Mervs, it's literally, the burden is unfortunately on me to Merv him back, because I know 905 has no money. And ironically, he'll be the one with the most amount of money in an endgame. He'll have 50 million. And I will have 0, and so will Wagner. Okay, I'm going to, this is such an asset, by the way, as long as no one sees this. I'm gonna put down a port here. Just gonna grab more warships in the area. Yeah, of course, we'll see it. It's the one other, it's like one of the 2 islands on the board. The only island capable of 2 structures. It's much more important to have cities on this island as opposed to ports, because, again, 3-player endgame, if you're breaking an alliance with someone, the third party is getting involved, and by the end of the conflict, someone's going to win. It's very rare that like a 3-player endgame just, you know, there's a conflict and then it results in just a reshuffling of land where everyone's still kind of in the game. It usually always devolves into a 1v1. Okay, let's grab some of this. It's very rare, by the way, that I get into an actual 1v1 in these endgames where I have to go head to head with someone and it's like even close. The imbalances of OpenFront generally make it so that there's always one person that's super ultra winning. Go ahead and renew with a 9805. And then kind of want to grab more SAM protection. If I do decide to push, then there will be problems of getting hydroed a little bit. He's got 13 silos. Let's take a look at where his silos are at. He's got stacks of 4 and 5. Yeah, unfortunately, this is as good as dead. If I have to go into an endgame. Luckily, the bombs are so far away. We have a little bit of time, or it's a problem. Okay, so now once I start crossing the 5 million troop threshold, I will be like I will be contending for the win here, especially if Wagner doesn't Merv immediately. Okay, and at this point he could almost, if he gets above 155 million, that's a double Merv, I think. Yeah, 70 plus 85, 85 million. That's not healthy. If I get double Merved, I'm like literally worse off than them. Okay, let's just keep grabbing some of these cities. Troops are all that matters. He's got 79 SAMs, dude. 79. I'm getting close to the same number of cities here. I'm gonna grab some more ports. Doesn't matter a whole lot. Good, more ports. Just spread them out. I'm gonna get involved with the rail networks a little bit more. All right. Now Wagner is above the 2 Mervs, 2 counter Merv threshold, which is dangerous. It really just comes down. It's like the problem is because I'm in 3rd place and my land percentage is so low. Even if my Mervs hit instantly and it takes them a while for them to launch their Mervs, I run the risk of not taking any land before I get hit with a counter Merv, and then a non-idle 5 and Wagner simply have more troops than me because they have more SAMs and other BS. And I just lose the game, and then I'm fighting against a 2v1. And what happens all the time in these 2v1s, these 3-player endgames, is typically the people attacking you attack you for way too long. Like the weaker of the 2 attacking players should realize very quickly that if this attack resolves and they have the short end of the stick, they're gonna have to 1v1 the remaining player, and they're gonna be weaker. And so they should immediately ally up with you and start slamming the other person. It should be this like constant cycle of death until someone wins. But that never happens. You know, if you launch 2 Mervs at these people, both of them will endlessly attack you until you're dead. They don't care. They don't even want to win the game at that point. So Wagner has spent a lot of money right now. I'm gonna spend some more money down here. This is a good moment where we could try and win the game. There are just so many SAMs. Because of my island, I think I have one of the best endgame positions here. 23 silos, bro. Like, this guy is not going to he's not going to like give me a break down here, man. With Wagner. I think at this point I have to push. All right, Wagner, what's it going to be? This is the longest time he's ever taken to renew an alliance. He renews, good. If only he would spend under 70 million. Non-idle 5 is getting suspiciously close to 70 million. What would be terrible is if he hit me with a 70 million Merv and Wagner hit me with an 85 million Merv. And then I would just be dead. Alright, I just spend more money. Okay, there we go. And guys, honestly, I think it's time. I think it's time. Okay. Boom, boom. Let's go ahead and hit him. And my land gets annexed, and I get no land, and I lose everything. Wow. Shit, that didn't do anything. Oh, no, it's because all my troops hit a non-805, and then it didn't do anything. Ah, you know, we could still win this. Maybe. I don't know, like, so, like, this is just how these endgames work. So, that did not work out at all. Oh, and he full sends Wagner. This is actually really good for me, so I might actually win this. Unless he wins it before I do. Okay, never mind. He's going to win this before I do anything. Okay, let me get. Can I cancel this real quick? Okay, he's gonna get 80%. Okay, well, whatever. So lo and behold, attack speed. By the way, we would have won this if the game had gone on another 5 freaking seconds, because we have all the troops. So, like, the problem is in OpenFront, your attack speed is based purely on your landmass. Even if you have no troops, your attack speed is just higher. So I think if I should have, like, I guess, retreated that attack sooner and then attacked Wagner earlier, it was just really difficult to, like, you can't really make those pivots as fast as his attacks go. I mean, I would consider this a win in my book here. Yeah, they're both AFK. What an abysmal match. So there's a couple things that we got surprised with at the end there. So number one was that all of our land disappeared. Like, I hit him with a Merv. He still had 2.5 million troops. Both of them did. So the Mervs did nothing. There wasn't, like, there was literally, like, this is, by the way, I'm only doing this because I have to go to bed soon. The only way you win OpenFront endgames is by doing nothing. And that is a problem. That is a massive problem with the meta. I've complained about this for months. The devs don't care. It's not something that they're concerned about. I have offered many solutions for this. You are punished every time you try and make a move here, especially because they recently in BF31 just nerfed the attack casualties. So like the attacker receives 50% more casualties than the defender. That's terrible. That disincentivizes winning the game. And it just makes for these really long, drawn-out end games where you're just building. You throw Mervs. The Mervs don't do any damage because you've been building Sams for an hour, and everyone's Merv proof. And then your attack just lands into a brick wall, and you lose the game because you have a betrayal debuff. So somehow a non-805 got a betrayal debuff here at the very end. I guess he started attacking the other guy. We lost all of our land, but because we had thrown we put too many troops into non-805 first, our attack persisted on him because our max troop cap stayed high because we had 128 cities. So even and that allowed us to also, by the way, because we had so many cities, we could retreat the attack, regain most of the troops, and then counterattack the big guy. So yeah, we technically lost that, but again, just because of the arbitrary 80% land win threshold, we have lost, despite being in a position where we had many troops. There's a chance that Wagner was paying attention to that, and he was intentionally lunging for the 80%, even knowing that I had 2 million troops outbound here, but I feel like that's kind of a stretch. All right, hope you guys enjoyed watching that. Weird game. I'll see you in the next clip.